Alright, been putting this off long enough. Been getting distracted with other things. Need to head to Dragon Bridge and find this Penitus Oculatus. Is that how you say it? This Emperor's personal guard, basically. His security detail. Go find them, kind of their version of the Secret Service, I guess. Substitute for the Blades, really. But anyway, apparently we're going to try to frame the captain's son to make it look like there's some conspiracy or assassination plot or whatever. It's all very James Bond, very, all this, a lot of subterfuge and stuff. Very cool. But anyway, the whole idea is to lure the Emperor here.
I know you will, but all the same, remember everything I said. Stay alert. When you get to the cities, make your observations and move on.
I understand, but you're being paranoid. I'm inspecting security, not charging off into battle. There's not a lot that can go wrong.
Son,
keep back, citizen. I have important business I must attend to.
Go wrong.
You can tell him right here that you're going to kill him.
Time for this. Move along. Farewell, father.
Now, is that the voice of Fenris from Dragon Age 2? Sure sounded like it. Sounded a lot like him. Alright, so here's...
certain you wandered into the wrong building, friend.
Is that not the same voice? Same identical? I guess all the Oculatus sound exactly alike. Alright then. Anyway, here's the schedule, and I guess theoretically, any city that you go find the commander's son in, there'll be a time or a spot where he's basically by himself, which, you know, the whole idea is to kill him and then plant this incriminating letter to make it look like he's part of some, you know, assassination conspiracy or something. But the one I found most convenient was Markarth. It's the easiest to get to him and get him without witnesses and so on and so forth, and then get out of there. But, apparently you have to...
You wandered into the wrong building, friend.
You already said that, and I'm fairly certain I really don't care what you think about that. But apparently you have to actually physically steal that thing. That's fine. I already know they're going to be in Markarth on Friday. So I don't know what day of the week it is right now. In-game, but that's fine. We'll just head to Markarth and whatever it is. Except for Middas, which is like Wednesday. All the rest of the days of the week sound pretty much the same. You know, like you have Sundas and what, Morndas or Mundas or whatever, and then, anyway. So Friday is what, Fridas or something like that. Anyway, they all sound pretty similar to our days of the week. Got some points to spend. Don't know what I really want to put them in right now. I could use a little bit more in light armor. That'd be nice. Get one more perk off in that tree. One-handed needs to go up just a little bit. Archery could stand to go up just a little bit also. Alright, so show up in here, Markarth. You know, there was a book we found during one of those Silver Hand missions with the companions that the orc blacksmith over here asked for. I just remembered that too. So I'm going to go give that to her. I think I get a point in blacksmithing for that too, which is amazing because that's actually pretty valuable now. I'm up in, what, the 90s? If I want to train, 1 point in blacksmithing would probably cost about $5 right now. Give or take.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Go ahead and buy whatever she's got. Speaking of blacksmithing. We're pretty close now. This is a small investment for the return to finally get my smithing to 100. Then I don't have to think about it anymore.
Books. Don't know why the Imperials like these so much. This should help the boy, though. Malakath willing. Here, let me show you how an orc learns to smith.
Alright, cool. There we go. Alright, not far to go.
That's right. An orc stronghold. Kept to ourselves, lived as our ancestors would have wanted. Wasn't enough for me, though. I left. Didn't want to end up as the third wife of some lowly chieftain.
Alright, seems like sometimes when you ask her about the stronghold, she reveals the locations of some on your map or something. But anyway.
Wait, I know you.
I believe retrieving that book counts as a favor for the hold, for the Jarl also. You have to do so many favors to get the option to buy a house. Not that I'm going to buy one here in Markarth, although the house here is actually pretty cool.
Safest city in the reach.
It's alright. It's as good as any of the other houses, but, yeah, I'm not really going out of my way to collect households and places to store stuff and all this. This playthrough is just to play, just to explore and do our thing. Notice I haven't even tried to marry anybody yet or anything. That actually gonna kind of play, you know, as far as role playing goes, gonna play the role of a vampire there with my vampire girlfriend Sharana and go off and do our thing. Run around and cause trouble. All right, so essentially waited till Friday, and then we'll let all the guards clear out. Get this guy in here, right? There he is. Okay, and he'll be here for a while, a couple in-game hours or whatever before he goes off to bed or whatever.
Vampire hunters or something.
Yeah, of course, every guard coming through wants to talk, right? Of course they do.
Might consider joining up myself.
Problem here is some are still going to bed and other ones are leaving. They did this in Oblivion too. When you had something that had to do with the guard tower, you'd have to wait for a little window, very small window of opportunity between them coming and going, between shifts and stuff, to do whatever you were doing. It seems like the Thieves Guild asked you to infiltrate places where there were a lot of guards a few times, and you had to skirt around them or try to find a narrow opportunity to get in and get out, you know, type of thing. Actually, to keep him from alerting anybody, I believe this is probably a good time to put paralysis also on my weapon. I can find, look at all these. I need to sell a bunch of these. I've actually done some crafting with a lot of those ingredients that I've been picking up as I go. I don't bore you guys with that, but I'll go make a bunch of potions and then go sell them. Go get some gold, you know, and then get the minimal XP you get too for making potions. So I don't know where my alchemy's at right now. I think it's like 30 or something, 30 or 40 or whatever. It's up there a little bit, but mostly it's for money. Some of those potions are worth, I don't know, anywhere from 150 to 300 gold a piece. You make like 30 of those. That's, it's hard to find enough people to buy them, you know. One good thing about finishing up all the Thieves Guild stuff is you get a lot more merchants. That don't just only buy your stolen stuff, but they have more money to spend.
You're the harbinger of the companions. It is my honor to stand before you.
Okay, well, I'd rather you be honored to go to sleep. Get out of here. Your harbinger of the companions is trying to assassinate this this innocent guard captain guy here or whatever. That's what's going down. So yeah, honor me by tearing your ass off to bed. Appreciate it. I think we're clear. I do kind of feel a little bad. This guy's just being dutiful to his dad. Of course, his dad might actually have something to say about that later. He might not appreciate this too much. Yeah, let's head back and report to Astrid. Killed the guy's son and planted the incriminating letter. Now all that's set up. Shouldn't have too much more to do for the Dark Brotherhood, actually. This is kind of coming to a close here.
Ah, at last. I've been anxiously awaiting your return. Yes, I know. As does Astrid. You have done well, and have earned both your reward and a bonus, as I have mentioned. But you should know that we have a more pressing matter to deal with. It's Cicero, there's been an incident. You should proceed into the sanctuary. I'll let Astrid explain.
All right. Well, this is honestly not really bad news. This has been coming. Okay, I know about the Dark Brotherhood from Oblivion, and they're not playing any games. You may think what you're doing is all slick and everything, but the whole Night Mother Sithis thing, they're watching.
Thank you, dear. You are most kind. The Jester's cut feels as bad as it looks, I'm afraid.
Damn it, this never should have happened. We knew better. We knew better, and still we let our guards down. Ugh! You're back. Good. You'll want to hear this.
Disagreeing with you.
Maro is dead, I know, but we've got bigger problems right now. The fool went absolutely berserk. He wounded Vizara, tried to kill me, and then he fled. I knew that lunatic couldn't be trusted.
Oh, it's true, I'm afraid. Cicero was a little whirlwind, slashing this way and that. It would have been funny if he weren't trying to murder us all.
Don't forget the ranting and raving. About the Night Mother, how she was the true leader of the Dark Brotherhood, and Astrid was just a pretender.
Look, we've got to deal with this situation. You've got to deal with this situation. I want you to find that miserable little fool and end his life. But first, find my husband. Make sure he's all right. After the attack, Arnbjorn flew into a rage. When Cicero left, Arnbjorn went after him. They disappeared into the wild. Search Cicero's room. Maybe there's something in there that sheds some light on where he might have gone. Let me know the minute you find something. I've got to see to Vizara and calm everyone down.
Bested by a fool. Who's the fool now,
Hush, Vizara. You were very brave. Astrid may well be dead if not for you.
She's right. I'll be forever in your debt, dearest brother. Now be quiet. Just rest.
Okay, so Cicero went ham on everybody and called it like it really is. When all the smoke clears, that's really the gist of it, is that Astrid is a pretender. This band of thugs here, killing people for money, is not the Dark Brotherhood. There's no tenants being observed here. There's no listener, no speaker. I mean, this can't be. Cicero will say as much. I'll go ahead and open these up and we'll flip through them. You can pause anywhere if you want to read some of these. I'm not going to read through all 5 journals and stuff. But he does give a little bit of his background. He was apparently a pretty lethal assassin himself with the Dark Brotherhood, and basically left that behind, missing it a little bit, being, sociopath, a psychopath, a serial killer somewhat. He left that behind to become the keeper and has been loyal ever since. Well, I mean, he's by every definition, an assassin, and then by every definition loyal to the Dark Brotherhood. And he's here with the Night Mother being disrespected, the Dark Brotherhood tenets not being observed. No part of the Dark Brotherhood is here except in name. And once again, like all the other things, talked about this a few times now, all the other things in Skyrim, you see them all being failed institutions, hollow shells, shadows of what they were. Nothing but just titles and names with no substance, just empty, meaningless. I think in ESO you hear one of the guards come by and say, "I'll bet you're all foam and no ale." Well, that's really kind of what everything's become here. All foam and no ale. There's no real substance to it. You go looking for the Dark Brother, you don't find it. All you find is a name. And so that's what Cicero basically walked into here, and he gives a little background also in these journals about the history of the Dark Brotherhood, how things went down in Bravil down there, and that there only being a few sanctuaries left. Apparently he fled up here from Shadenall, I believe. Shadenall is the sanctuary where you do most of your interactions and dealing with the Dark Brotherhood through most of the quest line in Oblivion, up until a certain point. Then there was the Bruma Sanctuary also, and some events transpire there. Of course, Lucian Lachance, whose spirit you get to summon here, that is your spectral spirit. He was the see, what was he, the speaker at the time, I believe? Waiting for a listener, or he was a listener waiting for a speaker, something like that. Anyway, whatever the case, you go and fill some stuff in, and there was a different kind of intrigue going on there. That was the Dark Brotherhood, very much following the tenets and everything else, but there was some traitors and some spies in the midst, and tried to bring it down, and were a big cause of it. Apparently, a lot of the sanctuaries being lost and stuff. They even mention a sanctuary here in one of these journals now. The debate between Elsewhere and Hammerfell. Okay, there is something here. There is mention of a sanctuary in Elsewhere, although supposedly that sanctuary was closed and moved to Shadenall. But it is mentioned elsewhere, so just throwing that out there too. I'm thinking it's one of the two places they're going to next in the Elder Scrolls. That's just my opinion. I have nothing to really back that on, just what I think based on some clues I've seen, in Skyrim and stuff. I think it personally may be Elsewhere, because Khajiits play well, they're there. They're present all through the game, and you see them come in and out, not just the caravans and stuff, but you hear a bit about their lore and stuff. But same could be said about the Hammerfell also, because you have Red Guards here and there, even at the gates of Whiterun, with their whole intrigue with the lady Sadia, and all that kind of stuff. So there is some hints or pointers towards Hammerfell also. So there you have it. Anyway, but Elsewhere is specifically mentioned here too, in one of Cicero's journals. Although kind of in passing still.
Have you found something? Good, good. Does it say where he may be headed? The Dawnstar Sanctuary? Whatever for. Never mind, it doesn't matter. You need to leave. Now. Every moment counts, so I want you to take my horse. His name is Shadowmere. You'll find him outside by the pool. Let's just say he's one of us. Find Arnbjorn. Make sure my husband's all right. And then send that jester's twisted little soul to the void, in as many pieces as possible. No, nothing. At least, nothing I'm aware of. Well, if I'm being honest, I haven't exactly been discreet lately in expressing my frustration with this whole situation. Obeying the Night Mother, you being the listener, it's ridiculous. No offense. Cicero may have overheard me talking to one of the others about the Night Mother. It's possible I was not entirely respectful. But to go this far, to attempt to murder the leader of a sanctuary, Cicero must pay with his life. There is no other option. Oh, it's ancient. Apparently one of the first sanctuaries in Skyrim. It hasn't been used by the Brotherhood in close to 100 years. If you say Cicero has gone there, it stands to reason that he's familiar with the place. That means you'll be fighting him on his own ground. Tread carefully. I took that prancing fool into my home, and this is how he repays me?
Well, if you'd have recognized it was never your house to begin with. Someone else's house that you were the guest, but your fetish for running things is going to be your undoing, lady. For reals. But tell you what, give me the best horse in the game, though, the very coolest horse. Yes, please. I'll take that. I love Shadowmere. Shadowmere is a leftover from Oblivion. A gift from the void or something, but very cool. He's a tough horse, too. Lots of health, not scared to fight, big glowing red eyes. Come on, man. Shadowmere's really cool. Right on, man. This kind of gave me the feels when I first got him, my first playthrough. I was like, yeah, this reminds me a bit of Oblivion, just a little bit. Shadowmere was basically Lucius Lachance's horse, I believe. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll get into more of this in the next one. If you want to subscribe, click that button up top, and if you want to catch the rest of this Let's Play, until then, click that image there in the middle. It should send you straight there. All right, y'all take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.